this is Google's new flagship, the Pixel 9 Pro XL. There are two Pro models this year, and the XL is the larger one. But besides the size consideration, what else is the Pixel 9 Pro XL all about? I'm Will for GSM Arena, and let's find out in our full review. Although the Pixel 9 Pro XL's naming makes it seem like it should be huge, it's only slightly bigger than last year's Pixel 8 Pro. The screen is 0.1 inches larger, and the phone is less than 10 grams heavier overall. The reasoning behind the XL moniker is that this year there's also a smaller Pixel 9 Pro for fans of phones that are more compact. Other changes from last year include a new Ultrawide and Selfie cam, a new chipset, faster charging, and 8K video capture. The Pixel 9 series introduces a design change too. There's an iPhone sort of vibe, with a flat back and frame. The back is matte, and again protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2. And the aluminum frame is glossy here. The camera bump has a new striking and standout design, and it doesn't extend all the way across to the frame. Like last year, it doesn't house just the cameras and an LED flash. There's actually a thermometer sensor too. And as before, the Pixel 9 Pro XL brings IP68 rated ingress protection against dust and water submersion. On the front is what Google again calls a Super Actual display. It's a 6.8-inch LTPO OLED with a 120Hz refresh rate and Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection. The display is slightly larger than last year's 6.7-inch panel, but has the same resolution, amounting to a sharp 486 ppi. You get support for HDR10+ video, and the Pixel 9 Pro XL can display Ultra HDR compliant images with boosted highlights. There is a significant improvement in max brightness now. We measured over 1200 nits with the manual slider, and this can boost to a chart-topping 2200 nits in auto mode. That's compared to 1600 nits on the Pixel 8 Pro and 1800 on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. A brighter screen means that this new Pixel should be even more comfy to use out in the sun. And when it comes to refresh rate, the Pixel 9 Pro XL can use 120Hz to smooth out movements on screen, and this can dial down to 1Hz when idling to save energy thanks to LTPO tech. There's support for high frame rate gaming here too. There's a pair of stereo speakers for audio with a loudness rating of very good, a step up from the previous generation. The sound quality is quite similar. It's well balanced, but some other flagships have the edge.
I'm wide awake, but you're a nightmare.
This year, Google has upgraded the under-display fingerprint sensor from optical to ultrasonic. It's super fast and responsive. And the phone can come with 128, 256, or 512 gigs, or a whole terabyte of storage on board that isn't expandable through microSD. Unlike previous Pixel releases, where the phones were the first to debut the new version of Android, the Pixel 9 Pro XL uses the Android 14 we've seen all year. That's because this phone has come out earlier, in the summer. As expected, the layout is clean and vanilla, like Google intended. However, Google packs plenty of specific AI-based features too. Some we've seen before, like Circle to Search. Google's Gemini AI plays a major role in the Pixel 9 series. You can ask it questions and get real-time answers. Plus, it speaks over 100 languages from the get-go. Gemini can handle things like summarizing conversations from calls, text, or emails, so you can refer to the relevant info at a glance. You also get the best AI capabilities Google offers to the public via Gemini Advanced. It normally requires a paid subscription, but you'll get a year of it for free with the Pixel 9 Pro XL. There are plenty of other features relying on AI too. Pixel Studio allows you to make AI-generated images and designs. The Pixel can also keep track of and organize your screenshots, allowing you to search for specific topics or information you've saved before. The Magic Editor within Google Photos provides various tools, such as Zoom Enhancer, Magic Eraser, and Blur and Unblur. Best Take is also available, where you can replace faces or objects with a better version of them taken from another shot. And a neat trick within the camera app is Add Me. It allows you to combine people from separate shots into a single group photo. Or you can just clone yourself if you want to. It's worth noting that while this feature is cool, it isn't too reliable and requires plenty of light. And similar to taking a portrait mode shot, complex backgrounds can trip it up. And Google is again promising the new Pixel 7 full years of software support. You can also rely on spare parts during that time should anything happen to your Pixel. All of the new Pixels run on Google's new in-house chipset, the Tensor G4. Compared to the previous Tensor G3, it packs a new CPU, and while the GPU is the same, it has a higher clock speed. The TPU for AI tasks is unchanged since last year. We weren't able to run performance benchmarks at the time of this review, but based on what we saw on past Pixel phones which had rather similar hardware, we'd expect the peak performance to be less than flagships running on the top Snapdragon chipset. Still, when using the Pixel 9 Pro XL, the interface, in both native and third-party apps, ran hiccup-free. The Pixel 9 Pro XL has a 5060 mAh battery and did a decent job in our battery tests, earning an active use score of 12 hours and 32 minutes. That's an improvement over the 11 hours and 14 minutes of last year, but still it falls a bit short of some competitors. The new Pixels have improved charging, rated at 37 watts compared to last year's 27. There's no charger included in the box though. Using a compatible adapter, we were able to charge the Pixel 9 Pro XL from 0 to 67% in half an hour, and a full charge took an hour and 18 minutes. That's 5 minutes quicker than what we'd gotten on the Pixel 8 Pro. The Pixel 9 Pro XL supports wireless charging too, and reverse wireless charging. Now we're onto the cameras. There's a new ultrawide cam and selfie camera, but the other cameras are the same. So on the back, there's a 50 megapixel main cam, a 48 megapixel 5x telephoto zoom, and a 48 megapixel ultrawide cam, all with autofocus. But let's start off with the rear main camera. It captures excellent photos during the day, with crisp detail, and that's rendered nicely. There are hints of pixelation in certain situations, but the sharpening is conservative, and textures don't look overprocessed. The contrast is high, with shadows looking a bit dark on occasion, but the dynamic range is great. The color rendition is pretty balanced, with not as much pop as the Galaxy phones, but it's more lively than the iPhones. The Pixel does a fine job of capturing skin tones, and it renders facial features nicely too. 2x digital zoom from the main cam is decent, but there is some loss of detail if you examine closely. Still, you can take shots of people at 2x with relative confidence. After dark, the main camera does a respectable job. Exposures look great overall, with well-preserved highlights, and without gloomy dark patches. And the color saturation here is on point. The detail level is good, though in the shadows the details may come out a bit soft. Now we have the telephoto cam. Its 5x zoom photos are solid. We have no complaints about the dynamic range or colors. Overall, the photos come out plenty sharp, but some competitors are sharper. Also, this camera doesn't have the extra close focusing capability that is trendy right now. In low light, while the telephoto camera provides good exposures and color saturation, the detail level leaves more to be desired. It almost seems like what you'd get from a digital zoom. Onto the ultrawide camera. It captures very good daylight photos, with plenty of detail and an organic-looking rendition. The colors and dynamic range are in line with the other cameras. At night, the ultrawide delivers bright exposures, with pleasing tonal development. However, the pixel-level detail and sharpness aren't great when looking closely. There has been a clear upgrade with the selfie camera this year. There's now a 42 megapixel front-facing camera, and again it has autofocus. Selfies from the new front-facing cam come out at 10.5 megapixels due to pixel binning. They're nicely detailed, with vivid colors, lifelike skin tones, and excellent dynamic range. The Pixel 9 Pro XL can record video in 4K with all of its cameras, and this year the main and telephoto cam also gets support for 8K video recording. For our quality analysis, we'll stick to 4K though. The main cam's 4K videos have high contrast and warmish colors. However, the sharpness is unimpressive. The videos are rather soft, more so than the competition, and even more than the Pixel 8 Pro. And looking at the clips from the telephoto and ultrawide, we're getting more of the same. Perhaps it's the early software, and Google will change things up a bit down the line, but we're not thrilled with the results as they are now. In low light, the main cam's 4K videos are again behind the competition in terms of sharpness, though the difference is smaller. One thing we can't complain about is stabilization. It's thoroughly great. Walking shake and pans are nicely smoothed out on all of the cameras. So that's the Pixel 9 Pro XL. It's a classy flagship with a clean and great-looking design, cutting-edge AI features, and super long software support. This display is the brightest around, and for still photos, these cameras are great. Our biggest gripe is with video recording. If you want sharp and crisp 4K videos, other flagships can do it better. Also, if you're after the most powerful chipset around, a Pixel may not be the way to go. But if those things don't concern you, the Pixel 9 Pro XL is solid all around, and is a flagship worth considering at this price level. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're looking for alternatives, you can check out last year's Pixel 8 Pro or the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Let us know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.